Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I do have a very exciting video. I don't know if it's going to be exactly showcasing myself and 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 at our best, but we will see nevertheless. As you all know, I do dressage, but I actually haven't done too many competitions, especially with my current horses. I haven't done any competitions at all. I did a little bit with Chase back in Australia, but because of my work, I'm a model and now I travel a lot more with some influencer stuff and things like that. With the traveling, it just doesn't really add up to me being able to attend competitions. Now, with our current situation, things have changed a little bit, which means I can now make the most of trying to look into being a little bit competitive with my horses. 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘's been doing really well in his training, and it's something I'm starting to consider, and it's a huge journey that I'm going to be documenting. But I thought, why not kind of dip my toe and test the water and see how it's gonna go. So today I'm gonna be practicing my very first dressage test on 𝒋𝒑𝒑, but with a little bit of a twist. Yes, it's gonna be in the arena reading out the test for me for the very first time as I'm riding it. So I'm not gonna know what's coming up. I'm not gonna be able to prepare my horse. I don't even really know what a Dutch dressage test is. We're gonna be doing one of the beginner ones, like exactly where I have to start because I've got to build up my points with 𝒋𝒑𝒑 to make sure you can go to the next levels. But we're gonna see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous. I think it's gonna look a little bit messy. I'm also not the best at kind of multitasking when I'm on my horse. I'm very kind of zoned in, so that's something I know I'll struggle with. But nevertheless, let's see how it goes. We're gonna get 𝒋𝒑𝒑 ready, and we're gonna go to the arena pretty quick. So let's get him. 𝒋𝒑𝒑 is feeling good. He's looking good. He's been doing really good in his training. I'll show you guys a little bit later. I have a new saddle for him that's a bit wider because, as you guys can see, he's gotten so huge. Still Kingsley. It's still the Kingsley D2 saddle, but we have the 33 now instead of the 32. But yeah, I have a new trainer as well. And he's been really helping me. We've been having a lot of great lessons and things are progressing very quickly. So I am excited to be competing. I guess I am a very competitive person, that's for sure. Good boy. But you know, competing has never been it's not a huge priority in my life and in my horse life. I enjoy my horses just as much when I'm training them at home, as long as we have good goals. And I also like just going out for, trail rides and different little adventures here and there. But it's going to be a new chapter. I'm very curious how the judges are actually going to score him because he is a little bit different being a PRE, and he is quite young as well. So we're going to see how that all goes for him. But I'm super proud of the way he's come and how all of that is going. He is doing really well. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my warm-up today, also before we go into it. And then we're gonna go and see the test, but it's a pretty easy test. It's just walk, trot, canter, a few circles, but I don't know the specifics. All I know is that in that category, which is B, that's all you really have to do. So it should be pretty straightforward, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I just wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about a device called Pivo. I have it right here behind me. It's this little thing right here. It obviously comes with a tripod. And what it does, it's a tracking system. So you download the app, you put your phone in. I already have it connected, and I'm gonna show you guys how it works. It's super simple. All you have to do is you click the horse beta option, and I have a few extra settings I found worked really well for me in this system, which I'm gonna link everything down below in the description. So if you guys are interested in looking in, you can see a bit more of the technical stuff I did to make sure the system worked really well for me. So now, as you guys can see, it's tracking 𝒋𝒑𝒑. He's selected, and as he walks around, Abby, do you mind just doing a little circle around us? And this works the same when you're riding. So all you have to do is you set it up, you click record, and then it'll keep spinning around and following and tracking the horse. Yes is now obviously in the way. So then what you do is, as soon as it catches the horse again, it'll pick itself back up. So whilst talking about Pivo, I did get a little bit excited, and I forgot to mention a few of the different features that do make this product stand out from all the rest. The first one being tracking speed, this being from slow to frenzy. So you have the ability to make the Pivo follow you at different speeds. For instance, if you're doing a show jumping round, or if you're riding around in the arena going quickly, you probably want to be on frenzy, whilst if you're on the ground doing horsemanship or groundwork or anything like that, you probably want a slow setting so the video stays nice and smooth. Additionally to that, turning on predictive follow also allows Pivo able to predict where you're going to be going next. This improves the chances of the tracking system to stay onto you even at distances that are very far away. Thirdly, tracking exposure. This is a great feature because there's always uneven lighting. I mean, you guys know when you're turning around in an arena, you're going against the light, you're going maybe towards a shadowy part of the arena, anything like that. So having the Pivo being able to adjust the exposure means that your video will always have the best quality possible for the different uneven lighting situations that can be presented. Another great feature I love is auto zoom. This is something that you guys will be able to see in the video. When you're riding in a 60x20, there's a lot of times that you're very far away. So if someone's holding the camera, they can zoom in, but with your phone, it's just not possible. So it's great that with the Pivo, it does it all by itself. When it registers the horse going far away, it'll zoom in if you turn that function on. And then when it registers the horse coming closer, it'll zoom back out. So you're always getting a nice full frame picture when you're watching the video back on your phone. Now I've tried the Pivo extensively. I've had, I think, more than 10 rides using it. And what I can say is that it's a really good product. Like anything, it does have some difficulties. There's gonna be some moments where it stops tracking you, but then as you come around, it'll catch you again. I've also noticed that it's better to film not in direct sunlight, you know, on a day like this that is overcast, it's better. Also in indoor arenas, it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. For instance, in our indoor arena, we have photos of horses on the side, so it starts to think of tracking the photos rather than the horse. So I do want to do a tiny disclaimer that, of course, there's no technology that is perfect. Just like my iPhone, for instance, like stuff happens with that all the time. But I do really like the system. In the right circumstances, it works really, really well. It takes the stress out of you not being able to have anyone to film for you. It's super smooth, it's super steady, and it's quite simple to operate as well. So I'm gonna be using the Pivo today to film some of my videos so you guys can see what the quality looks like and how the tracking kind of works as well. And of course, we'll be filming normally as well. So we'll kind of be cutting in and out so you guys can get a bit of a reference of what it's like. But I did want to put the recommendation out there. This is sponsored, so thank you Pivo for wanting to work with me. As you guys know, I only want to promote things that I really believe in, and under the right conditions, I really, really, really like this product. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna warm him up. We're gonna be getting him ready, and then 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘, who is now filming, will be saying the test to me for the first time, and I'm gonna be riding it, which we'll see how that goes. But okay, let's get on the horse. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, we've translated the test. Now the Dutch test is a little bit different obviously to other tests, and so if you guys hear a few things like the broken line and stuff, you guys will see what that means. It's not really the terminology we use on our English tests, but it's the direct translation, and this is what I have to go through because I live in the Netherlands now, but you guys will get the gist. It's very simple. It's not a complicated test. He warmed up okay. He's a little bit funny on the left rein today. I don't know why. It's not usually like that. But we're gonna do the whole test now. I don't know anything of what I've got to do, and we're just gonna see how it goes. But my problem is that I never listen, so I've got to try and keep an ear out. Abby's reading the test. She's here helping us today. You ready, Abby? Ready. Let's see how this goes. Let's go. There we go. Good luck! Okay, so I thought for this next bit I would just come in and give a little voiceover to the test. So I'm just coming in AXC enter in trot. Now this was kind of fine. I obviously couldn't go right on the center line because I put the Pivo there, but that's fine. Next was C, go to the right, and then MF broken line 5 meters. So this is kind of where you go into the quarter line, and then you come back in, back to the outside track. I don't really know what the English word is for this, but it's called the broken line in Dutch, and that's kind of how we translated it. And next is 𝒂𝐻𝒏𝒆𝒚, change direction in medium trot. So we were just going across the diagonal here, extending with Emporio a little bit. Now I didn't go full power at all because I just wanted to make sure that we got enough of an extension, and I think there's kind of enough here. And he was being a little bit heavy there at the end, so I had to ask him back. Now it's HK broken line again, so we're just mirroring what we did on the other side to this side. And doing these kind of things is pretty easy for Emporio, like when it comes to circles and corners, things like that. He finds that quite easy, so for me it's not really a problem. Now between A and F, counter left. So let's have a look at how my transition was here, because I don't really remember. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that transition. It was within markers, it was forward. Now BEB circle, obviously still in canter, so it's just a 20-meter circle in the middle. And this is looking kind of good. I mean, the frame could be a little bit better, and he could be pushing a little bit more from behind and a bit more collected, but I think I was a little bit distracted, so there was definitely a lot going on. Now between M and C working short, and I will never forget a bad transition, and this was a terrible transition because Emporio was thinking walk, because we do a lot of walk to canters, and I was like, no, hello, we need trot. And then yeah, we picked it up kind of quick anyway, but still that would not have been marked very well. Now EF change direction, so it's kind of like a small diagonal going across. This looks like a good rhythm. He's got, you know, sometimes his head can fall behind the vertical, so that's something I tried here to keep him a little bit more open and out in front. Now between A and K, counter right. So let's see what this transition look. Oh, actually, I remember what happened here. This is what I mean by me not being able to do too many things at once, because I was like, completely forgot I had to do that there, even though I'd just been told. Now EBE circle, so again we're mirroring what we did on the other side. The circle here looks good. Again, I'd like a bit more maybe like impulsion, but overall he's doing quite good, and the frame is looking alright, and he's not too far behind the vertical, which is a thing he struggles with, but here it looks quite good. Now between H and C working trot, let's see how this transition goes, because this one I don't remember as much. I believe it was better. If I don't remember it, it means it should be better. Okay, better, but still he dies too much. Like the transition should still be more forward in my opinion. And now we are going to walk. So this is always a little bit difficult for Emporio. He doesn't have the best walk in the world, but it's also not the worst. It's definitely gotten a lot better. Now we're going into like a free walk, and he could be over tracking a little bit more, but I was a bit anxious to push him because I didn't want him to break into trot. Now between A and F working trots, let's see how this transition to trot goes. So this looks good though. This looks like a nice walk. We're collecting him back up. Okay, the transition was good. A little mistake there on my part. And now we are doing BEB, ride a circle and let the horse stretch. So I already remember that, you know, I didn't quite let Emporio stretch enough. I definitely, looking at this back, it felt different than what it looks like. I should be letting him stretch a little bit more down into the hand and forward. That's something I need to keep in mind. Now between B and M, shorten the reins again. So he was snorting here, which is good, they should do that. And then, oh, this bit just didn't go right. So I'm just gonna I'm not gonna talk for this bit. I want you guys to hear what happened. Hear what happened between our conversation at that time.
Go across, change the rein. Check, go left now, and then right at 8.
You're right at 8. It's half a circle and then half a you do the other way.
Yeah, but half a circle where?
See. Yeah, normally you do it in 20 meters shorter.
Yeah. C to X. You come here, change the rein, the right.
Circle.
Right, turn now, and then B track right.
I'm so confused.
That way.
B track right.
Yes.
A
did good. No, you did good. That was difficult, but he was also like,
He was
but that
good.
was like a trick.
it was not good.
No, he was fine actually.
No, because like usually like he's super collected and in the hand and pushing, but now especially because I wasn't thinking, I was like, what what's going on?
I think it went really well.
There was no hind end, there was no connection,
Oh,
and we're at
I
home.
think-
But
We're
you
not even at a
probably
competition.
change your riding.
I think you'll find it looks quite good. I think you need to stretch him more though. It's a little bit like give him a bit of rain.
I'm definitely the kind of person like I need to practice it and have it in my head, so I'm not like listening, like waiting, so I can prepare
Oh
everything.
no, but yeah, but so many people at home, when people are listening to something, they've got more confidence.
I think you did well.
Okay, well that was interesting. I definitely want to watch that back and see what it looks like, and I'm gonna be putting my commentary over it, so you guys would have already heard it. But yeah, look, I need to practice a lot, and even with Emporio, well today didn't actually feel the best, but it's one of those things where sometimes you're gonna get to somewhere. I actually once went to a competition and I practiced the whole time the wrong test, instead of like, because sometimes in the same category you have a lot and I didn't know it was the other one, and so I had to do this once actually in real life, which is what gave me the idea. It went terribly. So to anybody at home who wants to go to dressage competition, get lots of practice, make sure you know your test, that way you're not thinking of too many things when you're actually riding, because as you guys can see, I can't deal with like all that stuff going on. But Emporio did really good, as always. He's super like sweet and chilled, but we want to do more than just good, we want to do excellent, so we're going to put in the practice, and very soon you guys will be seeing the first video of us going to a competition. So until then, or until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.